think first and foremost, we always date different people. We are on a pathway when we
Sure.
we learn things from the previous people we date, and we make decisions based on those previous people, and we sometimes choose better people, more stable people, whether it's financial or not.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't understand why it's so hard for him to understand. Like, she made a come up all the way around. She leveled up, which is her new single that's out right now.
Right.
She literally leveled up her life, and with a new husband, marriage, commitment, a guy that obviously makes good money and can provide, a child. Like, she leveled up all the way around.
I'd say, Slim Thug, shame on you, because that's a mentality that holds black people back, is the mentality that, hey, you're street, stay street, don't change that. That's where you belong, that's where you should be. And that's ridiculous. No race should be stuck to one area of life. If she wants to move on and be with the guy who happens to have this certain thing going for him that's great, this type of philosophy that's great, as long as he's true to himself and his culture, then there should be no issue here. It shouldn't be that he seems more proper than a guy like Future is. That's ridiculous, and Slim Thug should really look within on this.
Look, I think that financial stability maybe shouldn't be the only reason you're with someone. I don't think she is.
She's got money though, too.
But it could be part of it, right? Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to date someone who not necessarily has millions of dollars in their bank account, though that doesn't hurt, but to also be someone that is stable in their life, stable in their career. That's a good thing
Who's
to
out there
look
looking for somebody broke? Like, who's looking on I gotta find a broke guy. I gotta find somebody.
I've been with
I got some look at I got some friends looking for broke guys. I keep telling them to do differently, but they keep finding the broke ones.
Right.
But no, seriously though, like, why does women get labeled as a gold digger if they do that? And I'm like, and like you just said, nobody wants someone that doesn't have their finances together. That just doesn't make sense.
I'll go get a shovel and be my gold digger. I don't really care about that. That's fine with me.
Go get your own. I did cover Russell Wilson as a college young man, and he's wildly different now than he was then. He wasn't flashy. He wasn't about the spotlight. He was a very humbled guy. He's got a little bit of that swagger, a little bit of that bravado now that I did not notice. But again, people grow, people evolve, and that's kind of what you're seeing with both parties involved here. So I would say it's easy for me, and we had this conversation earlier this morning, full disclosure, I'll pull the curtain back, and I said there's no way I could forgive infidelity. And it just seemed like a natural thing, and everybody reacted like, whoa, what do you mean? Because it's not that finite is the reality of it. Like, it's easy for me to sit here and say, oh, if my woman cheated on me, I'd be out of it.
Right.
Well, for one, we don't have children together. We don't own too many things together. There's not as many years invested. So maybe for me in this position, it'd be easier to walk away from infidelity. Now, even said that, being in the position I'm in, I don't know if I'd be able to walk away when it's actually presented in front of me because there's love there. So it's a tough question.
I mean, people always say that, not just girls, but people always say like, oh yeah, I would walk away. I'd totally be done. But first of all, two things. I don't think infidelity is the worst thing that could happen in a marriage.
Really?
I don't. I really don't.
Abuse is the only thing I could think of ahead of that.
Yeah, I guess I feel like if it's happening constantly, then that's another form of abuse. Like if somebody is continually stepping out.
What would you put ahead of infidelity?
Versus a mistake. I guess I would say abuse, but I mean, like, there are different kinds of abuse, from emotional, mental. Like, I feel like someone that's constantly cheating on you is emotional abuse.
Right.
And so
a lack of respect.
Yeah.
Which is a baseline of a successful relationship.
I think at the end of the day, it's really easy to say before you're in that situation, no, that is a deal breaker. That's not going to happen. But I know plenty of married people that have fought through those sorts of things, or people that have dated for a long time that still continue to see that person. I think it's also a difference of, was it a one-time drunk thing that happens? And that doesn't, I'm not excusing it, but that is a different, I know,
well,
but
that's
repeated,
what I'm saying. You have mistakes, and then you have habits. If you are a habitual cheater and habitual abuser of me, like emotionally, physically, whatever kind of way, that's a problem.
I have one quick question. Would you guys, if it was a one-time thing, want to know from your partner if they cheated, or would you rather just have them sweep it under the rug and never
I don't know.
I always debate that. I'm like, do you want to tell me? Or I'm like, if it was a one-time thing, I'm like, don't even tell me.
It's so based. Well, I'm not going to say that. Look at me, I'm not going to tell him that. But it's such your point of view. Like, if you're 3 kids in, you have the whole house and career and lives that you've built together, like, you might look at things differently.
And my one piece of advice would be handle it in home. I mean, if you're going to handle this thing, don't lambast the person publicly and then stick around. You got to handle that within your home and handle it between the two of you.
I was going to add, get help if you need it. So handle it outside the home.
That too.